I made sacrifices. I sold a car. I moved into a studio apartment. I did all of those things. You know, I took taxis. I jumped on the bus. I took the metro. Or most of these things, most business owners truly are not willing to do. You know, I've been like, oh shit, I haven't got the money for the rent. I can't afford to eat. I can't afford to go out. I made those sacrifices. And when I tell people, no, you didn't. And the truth is, most people aren't willing to sacrifice. And I think that's why most people are not cut out to be entrepreneurs, because they haven't got that entrepreneurial spirit and that determination to go, right, I'm going to make this work. I always say to people, there's two things, you know, do you want to be good or do you just want to look good? And there's a huge difference. I wanted to be good, you know, so I would go and find clients. I would, you know, do everything I could to find clients and then deliver the work, or I'd use a freelancer to help me. But I always had a very, very clear vision what I wanted.
Lucy, are you ready to unleash?
Yes. Is the audience ready for me to unleash? That's the question.
Yeah, it's a pleasure having you today. I'm actually inspired by the work that you're always doing on LinkedIn and how you impact people's life, entrepreneurs, and the work that you're doing it. And I'm always a big believer behind anything, there is always a reason and there is always a story.
I'm putting my glasses on now because we're focusing.
Yeah, it's something that you are the brand commander, right?
Yes.
Right. And I see like a hat, you put it on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Is it related to this brand commander, like commander, right?
But there's a reason for it, yes.
Actually, yeah?
Yeah, of course. Of course, there's a reason. We talked about, you know, when I met you, about passion. So my passion is history and things like that. And, you know, I'm quite interested in like World War II, the vintage era. So that is kind of a nod to my passion. And my other passion is helping people grow their businesses through compelling marketing. So being, you know, I'm not a social media guru, an expert. I'm a tactical marketer. So that's what I'd like to unleash.
That's why we are here today, actually. So I believe you have a reason behind what you're doing today, and especially founding Blog Operations Design.
Yeah.
There is a reason behind this, right?
Yeah.
Would you mind if you share the story behind this and the reason?
Well, one, because I always knew I could work for myself, and I thought, like any entrepreneur, I thought I would want to do it for myself. But I just found all those years, 16 years ago.
Wow.
It's so long ago. I just wanted to work for myself, and I wanted to do things not my way, you know, not in a control freak way, but I just knew I had a vision. I knew what types of clients I wanted in the business, and I just knew with my way of doing things. And you have to remember, 16 years ago, there was no social media, there was no real LinkedIn.
Yes.
It was only if you wanted to find a job. So I liked meeting people. I knew I could help people. I'm a big, like yourself, a bit of a connector. So I knew that all of those were great hallmarks to kind of form a business and start working and, you know, finding the right clients and all of those things, really. So
it's very inspiring.
And I'm completely unemployable.
At that time.
Unemployable, too opinionated, say what I think. So I thought best to work for myself.
But was it easy?
No.
How did you take this decision? What were just the motivation behind? Because I know if you work like a secure job, what
you
was
have the luxury of a salary.
Exactly.
No.
What was your reason to take such a decision and get into your job? Just making your
well, determination. But there had to be sacrifices with determination. And I know when I even meet people today, there's a reason why they can't spend money on marketing, is because I'm still paying off my car, things like this. No, because we're going away for the entire summer, so I can't invest in my marketing. But for me, I had no money when I started. But I have a car now. But you know, I made sacrifices. I sold a car. I moved into a studio apartment. I did all of those things, plus I borrowed some money off a past boyfriend to bankroll me, so I had a few months so I could invest in some technology. I needed a new computer and all of these things. But that was my sacrifice. I took taxis, I jumped on the bus, I took the metro. Or most of these things, most business owners truly are not willing to do. I've been like, oh, shit, I haven't got the money for the rent. I can't afford to eat. I can't afford to go out. I made those sacrifices. And when I tell people, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I went, I did. I have an ex-husband who can testify to the way I was living, but I had a clear vision. And the truth is, most people aren't willing to sacrifice. And I think that's why most people are not cut out to be entrepreneurs, because they haven't got that entrepreneurial spirit and that determination to go, right, I'm going to make this work. Most people don't want to. There's two different, I always say to people, there's two things, do you want to be good or do you just want to look good? And there's a huge difference. I wanted to be good, so I would go and find clients. I would, do everything I could to find clients and then deliver the work, or I'd use a freelancer to help me. But I always had a very, very clear vision what I wanted. Didn't think I'd be doing it 16 years later, but here I am.
What were your biggest struggle when you start your entrepreneurial journey, I believe?
Well, there was a lack of network, lack of community. You know how community is a big word now. Community, join our community. But there was no community. And I remember saying to someone I work with, Kelly Lumberg, someone you might know, I said to her, and she's had her business just as long. And I said, how did we do it? And she said, we went to networking events. Mm-hmm. We went and met people. We picked up the phone. We emailed people and said, do you want to meet for coffee? I've got a business, maybe there might be something. We never used the word collaborate back then. It didn't really exist. It was getting in front of people, showing them on a PowerPoint, this is what I can do for you. And that's how people started their businesses. It was always meeting in coffee shops and things, because a lot of people didn't have offices. I was sharing an office with somebody, so that's how people did it. They actually jumped in their cars, or in my case, jumped in a taxi. There was no Uber then, and went to meet people. And that's how you start building relationships. And when I teach my masterclasses today, which is all my gems of 16 years, and they go, well, I just WhatsApp people. And I'm like, get in your car and go and meet someone. If you want to close business, get on the phone, go and meet people, demonstrate to them, maybe do what I do sometimes. If I want to pitch, I invite people in. Let me show you a vision of how your brand could look. But you've got to do it face to face. None of this hiding behind Zoom nonsense. Or let's WhatsApp each other. Do you want to work? No, that doesn't work. No, that's silly. Housewives do that.
You mean that it's better just to have a higher connection, go meet people?
Yeah, definitely. You want to close more business, pick up the phone. You want to find more clients, go and meet people. Take an interest in what they do. Take an interest in how their business. I call it a site visit. So when I'm going to work with people, I go, great, let's do a site visit. Let's come and visit. Let's see your business. Let's see, what your team are like, what current marketing you have in place.